In this tutorial, I'm going to show you EduGems.ai, a site that is curated by Eric Curts. There's a collection of ready-to-use gems for Google Gemini in here, so we'll take a look at what categories are available and then show you kind of when you click on one of the options, one of the gems, you'll see that there's a ready-to-use version and then there's a option for copying a gem into your own gem profile. So what we're going to look at first is if you are on the page, and I'll put the link in the description for you, where you can just click on that and access it. But there's just a bunch of categories on the left-hand side here, and you can expand these and go directly to one of them, which is a really great feature, right? So if you want to just quickly get to something, as you become more and more familiar with it, you can do that. And then what you'll see is when we look at the home page, there's also just listed here under each. And so you'll see newest EduGems, and there's a bunch there, right? Ones that have been recently added. Then you'll see lesson plan and curriculum design, and these categories are obviously just going to match what's over here on the main page. So again, just a quick way to navigate. You'll see lesson planning and curriculum design, instructional materials and content, engagement in games, student support and differentiation, assessment, data and grading, literacy, reading, writing and language, math, science and STEM, student-facing tools, etc. Right? So like a lot of this, this has been growing and growing, and you'll be able to add any of these to your Gemini dashboard in your Gems section. So let's just take a look at what happens when you click on one of these. No matter which one you click on, you're going to get, like if we go down in our lesson plan one here, you're going to get brought to that page and it will give you a description of how that gem works, what is its purpose. And so again, if you think about it in the context of this is a chatbot for a specific purpose, that's where this is going to really shine. And that's where you can navigate between different gems for different tasks, right? If you want to do like a text leveler or anything like that. And it's kind of reminiscent of like Magic School AI or something like that, where you have cards with specific purposes. But gems is really nice because they'll be built into your library. So let's take a look at that. What you're going to see is you have the use the gem option. You can click on that gem and you'll be brought to your gem directly into your Gemini profile. So you're going to see that show up here, right here. And this is your gems section. So if you're clicking on gems from your dashboard, your menu on the left, you're going to see a lot of those are put in here, ones that I've looked at before. But let's just go back here for a second, because when we use the gem, right, we can start to interact with this, and all of these are going to start by asking you questions. So a lot of times you can just say, you know, how do I start? Something like that. And the way that these are built are in a way to kind of know what it is that you're aiming for, or know the questions to ask. Because one of the things that we talk about a lot is effective prompt writing. And if you aren't, you know, effectively writing prompts, or you're not sure how in a like standard chat, that this is very helpful because it will give you some direction or guidance on how you should achieve kind of the same result. So here you can just give it a standard or a topic or a learning objective, and then you'll just go through that whole process. Now, what we can do also is you can make your own copy of a gem. And so what I like about this is if you do want to take it a bit further, then you can actually make a copy of the gem. And this gives you a little bit of insight into how these are actually built. So you have here just a name and a description of the gem. You know, so I could call this, I could say David's lesson planner, something like that. Give it a description if I want to, but this is really where everything is designed. There's going to be this set of instructions, and I can kind of click here for you and show you what are your gem's main objectives and capabilities, and what style of response do you want? So this is going to help with learning about how to build a gem. Again, this is a little bit more of an advanced thing, but I would encourage anybody who is feeling comfortable to do this to go through some instructions and even change these, because as you do that, what they have on the right hand side is a test area. So it's a preview area where you can work with the gem and kind of see how it interacts based on the instructions that are written in this section. The other thing you can do, which gets overlooked quite a bit when people are creating gems or just using Gemini in general, is you have this knowledge base. And knowledge is going to allow you to upload files, and those files would be helpful in understanding, like, if this lesson plan one that I'm doing, right, the uploading files of the structure of lesson plans that I've used in the past could potentially help guide anytime that it creates a new lesson plan. Maybe I want that structure to remain the same, and so adding in knowledge into a gem gives it even more direction and can reference those things as it builds, right? So this is how you can create it and make it your own, and that kind of gives you a little bit of intro into EduGems. I think it's really cool that Eric has done this. It's free, so you can use it as much as you would like to and take it as far as you would like to. So happy hunting in the EduGems website, and if you want to leave any comments or things in the video area, feel free to do that if you have any questions, or maybe we'll do a follow-up and dive a little bit deeper into EduGems. Thanks.